Hi everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm finally reviewing the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette, and I think some of you guys have been wondering why I haven't reviewed this earlier. I actually only just picked it up. I know this is like so surprising. I love Charlotte Tilbury as a brand and I own a lot of products from them, and I usually get their new releases when they launch so that I can review them for you guys, but with this I just wasn't sure if I needed it. When this launched, I just knew I had to have this, but then as time went by, I sort of like wasn't sure whether I would need this in my collection. I of course already own like quite a few blushes and highlighters, and I just wasn't sure whether this would be like a standout in my collection. But then I saw so many people have it on Instagram. I constantly see it on Instagram and on YouTube actually as well, so I was just like feeling like I was missing out, and I just really wanted to buy this while it was still available because this is limited edition for the holiday season, so we never really know how long this would be around for. So I was just scared that I was going to regret not picking this up, and now that it is here, I thought I would film a review for you guys. So that's what we're doing today. But if you're new here, then hi, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you found it. I upload beauty videos every single week and never vlogmas every single day, and I would love it if you subscribe. But for now, if you want to see my review on the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette, then please keep watching. So right here I have the Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette, and I'm sure you guys have seen this many times because this has been released I think a month or two ago. I think in October it released, and I saw like everyone literally have this, so I think you guys have already seen this, but I was very late with picking this up. I convinced myself for the longest time that I did not need this, which in fact I probably don't, but I really wanted to have it. I saw it like disappearing from a lot of websites since it is limited edition for the holidays, and they still have it on the Charlotte Tilbury website, but it was gone on like Cult Beauty, Space NK, in the lightest shade. So I really wanted to get this while I still could so that I wouldn't regret it. So like I said, here we have the Pillow Talk Face Palette, and this is in the shade Fair Medium. So here we have the actual Pillow Talk palette. How pretty is this packaging? It is this gorgeous like light pink packaging, and then on the back it just says Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette, and it has some information about the shade. This one retails for 75 euros, which of course is quite an investment. It is quite like a pricey palette, but you are getting 4 different powders in here, and as you can see we have 4 beautiful shades. 2 of each are actually highlighters, and then 2 are blushes. One is called the Super Glow and one is called the Multi Glow. I heard that the Multi Glow shade, which is this shade right here, is actually the same as the Pillow Talk highlighter singles that launched earlier this year. So like the Pillow Talk Multi Glow that I have in the Romance Light supposedly is the same shade as this one, like swirled together. I feel like they're 2 very like different products. I mean, the Pillow Talk Multi Glow has 4 different shades in one highlighter, and this one is just like 1 shade of highlighter, so they might be similar in terms of the formula or swirled together, but I feel like it's never going to be like exactly the same. But I really like the shades in here, and I just love that this palette represents the like Charlotte Tilbury pink glowy cheek that so many people love Charlotte Tilbury for. So right here I also have the Nude Gasm face palette to compare it to, and this was the one that was released last year. Now this one is much more of like a neutral tone face palette. It has like 2 contour shades in here as well, whereas this one is like only highlighters and blush. So both of these have the same amount of product in here. They both have 4 powder of 3.8 grams each, and both palettes are made in Italy. They also both have an 18-month shelf life, so there isn't really like a difference in the details of the palette, but what is going to be different is the insides of these. I really wanted to show these side by side. This is the Nude Gasm and this is the Pillow Talk palette. Now there is a big difference in terms of the shades. They are the same like type of product. They're both a 4-pan face palette, but I mean when you look at them, they're 2 completely different palettes. So I feel like when you own this one would still be a nice addition to the collection. I would say only if you're into like the pink glowy cheek, because obviously if you're not going to like pink, you're probably not going to like this as much. Whereas this one I feel like it's much less of like the signature Charlotte Tilbury look. It is just like a beautiful palette itself. I don't use this one as much because I do actually love a very pink cheek, and this one is much more of like a neutral shade on me. So I feel like this one I am going to get more use out of, but I feel like for now we should just get started with applying this one to the face. I had my makeup on since 6 a.m. this morning. I just put on a layer of foundation on top of the foundation that I already put on this morning at 6 a.m. So my base isn't like the best today, but I mean, I still wanted to try this out today. It's quite late in the evening, so I didn't feel like removing everything and putting on a full face, but I feel like I'm still looking decent, so we're just going to be trying this out. We're just going to start with applying, I think, the lightest blush, which is this one, and this one is called Soft Blush. There is like a tiny bit of residue on my brush, but it's nothing like, so I'm just going to swirl the brush in here. That looks like a beautiful soft like mauve color, and then I'm just going to put this on the cheeks. I'm not ruining the embossment at all, so I feel like not too much product is coming off, but I feel like it's beautiful for like a soft wash of pink on the cheek. I hope you guys can see that, but it just gives like a very soft pink wash of color to the cheek. I am going to put the like brighter blush on later, but now I want to apply like the brighter blush on the other side to see if you can like immediately tell a difference. So I'm not going to be applying this one with the same brush, and this one looks much more vibrant in the pan, but again, I feel like not too much pigment is coming off. I feel like these are quite firmly pressed. But as you can see, we do have a bit of like bright pink pigment on there, but I feel like it's not going to be like too overpowering. And also, I have like literally not watched any reviews on this palette. I don't know how everyone is feeling about this. I just see it on Instagram all the time, and I just felt like I needed to have this palette. So this is how both sides turned out. This one is the super blush, and then this one is the soft blush. I feel like they do give like a similar effect. I just feel like this one is a little bit more brighter pink, and you could probably build these up, but I feel like this is going to be like perfect for every day. They're just very pretty colors. I'm just going to put a little bit of the bright pink on top of this side so that we're matching. So I think that this deeper highlighter in Multi Glow is going to be a little bit too deep for me with the Pillow Talk Multi Glow that I have. I usually take the 2 or 3 like lightest shades, and this one is going to be, I think, the perfect shade of highlighter. It looks like it has like a slightly light pink undertones. So I'm just going to apply this one to the high points of my face. That is quite a noticeable highlighter. This is pretty. So it just looks like sort of like light gold highlighter, and now I just want to put a little bit of the other one sort of like over the blush and see if we can sort of like mix it in a little bit, make it a little bit more glowy. So right here I have swatched all 4 of the shades. I hope this is showing up well because my ring light is quite bright. But as you can see, we have the super blush, then we have the soft blush, we then have the super glow, and lastly the multi glow at the top. So I feel like they look like beautiful swatches with a bit of like a soft sheen. So then this is how the Pillow Talk Beautifying face palette looks like on my face. I'm very pleasantly surprised with this palette. I feel like it's beautiful. I feel like I should have picked it up the day that it launched. I was like totally waiting for this because I just wasn't sure whether it would like be a nice addition to my collection, and I finally decided to get it, and now that I think it will be like a really lovely addition to my collection that I will get a lot of use out of, so I'm definitely happy that I picked this up. Okay everyone, then this was it for my review on the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying face palette. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this palette. Are you going to pick it up? Have you already picked it up? Or are you not really interested in this? I would love to know your thoughts, and if you did enjoy this video, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe or turn on the notification bell if you don't miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. But with that said, thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day, and I really hope to see you on my next video. Bye!